Chris Watts case, a family tragedy unveiled. On the surface, Chris Watts appeared to be a loving husband and father, living a happy life in Colorado with his wife Shanann and their 2 young daughters. But in August 2018, the seemingly perfect family life was shattered by a crime that shocked the nation. In this video, we'll explore the chilling details of how Chris Watts murdered his entire family, the lies he told, and how the truth was ultimately uncovered. Chris Watts and Shanann met in 2010 and quickly fell in love. They married in 2012 and moved to Frederick, Colorado, where they started a family. Shanann was a health promoter for a multi-level marketing company, and Chris worked as an operator for an oil company. They had 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste, and Shanann was pregnant with their 3rd child, a boy they planned to name Nico. Although Shanann shared a lot about their seemingly happy life on social media, their marriage had started to unravel. In the summer of 2018, Shanann became concerned about Chris's behavior, suspecting him of having an affair. In reality, Chris was having an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger, and wanted to leave his family to start a new life with her. On August 13th, 2018, Shanann returned home from a business trip in the early hours of the morning. According to Chris's later confession, they had an argument about their marriage, during which he told her about the affair and his desire to separate. Chris claimed that during this argument, Shanann became upset and accused him of not loving her or the children anymore. This led to him strangling her to death in their bedroom. After killing Shanann, Chris then turned his attention to his daughters. He loaded Shanann's body into his truck and took Bella and Celeste with him to an oil work site. There, he suffocated both girls before disposing of all 3 bodies. He buried Shanann's body in a shallow grave and hid the bodies of Bella and Celeste in oil tanks. Later that same day, Shanann's friend, concerned after being unable to reach her, called the police. A missing persons report was filed, and the police began investigating immediately. Chris initially appeared to cooperate with the investigation, claiming he had no idea what happened and pleading for his family's safe return during media appearances. However, investigators quickly became suspicious of Chris's behavior. His story lacked consistency, and his calm demeanor raised red flags. Police also discovered that he was having an affair, which Chris initially denied. After failing a polygraph test, Chris finally confessed to the murders, though at first he claimed that Shanann had killed their daughters and that he had killed her in a fit of rage. This version of events was soon disproven by evidence, and Chris later admitted to killing all 3. In November 2018, Chris Watts accepted a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. He pleaded guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and tampering with bodies. In exchange for the plea, prosecutors agreed not to pursue the death penalty, and Chris was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. Court documents and further investigation revealed horrifying details of the crime. Text messages showed that Shanann had suspected Chris was pulling away and was devastated by his coldness. Chris, on the other hand, was determined to start a new life with his mistress, believing murder was the only way out of his family obligations. The case quickly garnered massive media attention, shocking the nation with its senseless brutality. The public struggled to understand how a father could commit such horrific acts against his own family. In 2020, Netflix released the documentary American Murder: The Family Next Door, which brought renewed attention to the case. The film used real-life footage, including Shanann's social media posts, police body cam recordings, and text messages, offering a deeper look into the dynamics of the Watts family and the crime. Chris Watts will spend the rest of his life behind bars, but the devastation he left behind is still felt by his and Shanann's families, as well as the wider community. This case serves as a grim reminder that the facade of a perfect life can hide deep and dangerous cracks. Chris Watts' shocking murder of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters tore apart a family and left many people grappling with the horror of the crime. This case is a chilling example of how hidden affairs and unspoken resentments can lead to unspeakable tragedy. If you found this video insightful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories and case breakdowns.